All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash Brakatham. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, they rule well, and a salute and the Shalom to all the Akim that are out to labor pushing His truth in all sincerity and in truth. It's going to be titled, this lesson is going to be titled, We're Turning Down the Temporary Riches of the World to Get the Eternal Riches of the Kingdom. All right? We're turning down the riches. It says, it's a title, We're Turning Down the Temporary Riches of the World to Get the Eternal Riches of the Kingdom. Now, I thought about this last night. Now, this is Hebrews 11 and 24. It says, by faith Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of Yahweh Shai than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season, right? Again, it says, by faith Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of Yahweh Shai than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. See? It says he chose to share the oppression of Yahweh's people instead of enjoying the fleeting pleasures of sin, right? So we're turning down the temporary riches, the fleeting riches of this world to receive the riches, the eternal riches of the kingdom. Now, what's the eternal riches of the kingdom? Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Say what? For it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom. See, because this truth, this knowledge, wisdom is the real riches. Let's get Proverbs 3 and 13. It says, happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. She is more precious than rubies. All the things thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her. It says wisdom is more precious than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with her. It says she offers you long life in her right hand and riches and honor in her left. She will guide you down delightful paths, and all her ways are satisfying. Wisdom is a tree of life to them, it says, to those who embrace her, and happy are those who hold her tightly. See? Let's get Job 28. It says this, Job tells of earth's treasures, right? In the NLT it says, Job speaks of wisdom and understanding. It says, surely there is a God says, surely there is a vine for the silver, and a place for gold where they find it. Iron is taken out of the earth, and brass is molten out of the stone. He setteth an end to darkness, and searcheth out all perfection, the stones of darkness and the shadow of death. The flood breaketh out from the inhabitant, even the waters forgotten of the foot. They are dried up, they are gone away from men. As for the earth, out of it cometh bread, and under it is, it says, and under it is turned up, as it were, fire. There is a path, it says, the stones of it are the place of sapphires, and it hath dust of gold. There is a path which no fowl knoweth, which the vulture's eye hath not seen. The lion's whelps have not trodden it, nor the fierce lion passed by it. He putteth forth his hand upon the rock. He overturneth the mountains by the roots. He cutteth out rivers among the rocks. His eye seeth every precious thing. It says he bindeth the floods from overflowing, and the thing that is hid bringeth he forth to light, right? But where shall wisdom be found? And where is the place of understanding? Man knoweth not the price thereof, because you cannot put a price on this. You cannot put a price on this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. You can't put a price on it. Man knoweth not the price thereof, neither is it found in the land of the living. The depth saith, it is not in me, and the sea saith, it is not with me. It cannot be gotten of gold, neither shall silver be weighed for the price thereof. See? It's priceless. It says it cannot be valued with the gold of Ophir, with the precious onyx and sapphire. The gold and crystal, says the gold and the crystal cannot equal it, and the exchange of it shall not be for jewels of fine gold. Not mention, this says, no mention shall be made of coral or of pearls, for the price of wisdom is above rubies. The topaz of Ethiopia shall not equal it, neither shall it be valued with pure gold. Whence then cometh wisdom? Where is the place of understanding? Seeing it is hid from the eyes of all living, and kept close from the fowls of the air. It says, destruction and death say, we have heard the fame thereof with our ears. Yahweh Bashem Shai understandeth the way thereof, and he knoweth the price thereof. For he looketh to the end of the earth, and seeth under the whole heaven, to make the weight for the winds, and he weigheth the waters by measure. He made, it says, when he made a decree for the rain, and a way for the lightning of the thunder. Then did he see it, and declare it, and prepared it. And searched it out. And unto men he said, it says, and unto men he said, behold, the fear of Yahweh Shai That is wisdom. And to depart from evil is understanding. See? So we already have the riches of the kingdom. The riches of the kingdom is this truth, man. The riches of the kingdom is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's the riches of the kingdom. Let's see. This is Proverbs 8 and 11. It says, "For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it." See? It says this. This is Matthew 13 and 44 to 46. "Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto treasure hid in a field, that which when a man hath found, he hideth, and for joy thereof he goeth and selleth all that he hath, and buyeth that field." And look at the time, man. 441. 144. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shema Shah. It says, "Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a merchantman seeking goodly pearls, who, when he hath found one pearl of great price, when he says went and sold all that he had and bought it." See? So, Jake, man, we already have the riches of the kingdom. That's the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of this truth. This is oh yeah, let me get it. Let's see, what's that? Let's see. It says, "Wisdom reacheth from one end." This is Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 1. "Wisdom reaches from one end to another mightily, and sweetly does she utter all things. I loved her and sought her out from my youth. I desired to make her my spouse, and I was a lover of her beauty. And that she is conversant with Yahweh Shema Shah, she magnifieth her nobility. Yeah, Yahweh Shema Shah of all things himself loved her. For she is privy to the mysteries of the kingdom." God says, "For she is privy to the mysteries of the knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shah, and the lover of his works. If riches be a possession to be desired in this life, what is richer than wisdom that worketh all things?" See? Jake, what is richer than wisdom that worketh all things, man? Jake, what is better than the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures, man? Jake, man, what's better than this truth, man? Nothing is better than this truth, man. Jake, man, Jake, man, nothing is richer than wisdom. Because wisdom brings riches. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, it brings riches. It brings wealth. It says, "And if prudence work, who of all that are is a more cunning workman than she? If a man love righteousness, her labors are virtues, for she teacheth temperance, prudence, justice, and fortitude. which are such things as men can have nothing more profitable in their life. See? It says, therefore, I propose to take her to live with me, knowing that she will be a counselor of good things, and the comfort and cares and grief. It says, verse 13, it says, moreover, by the means of her, I shall obtain immortality and leave behind me an everlasting memorial to them that come after me. See? This is Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 11. It says, for she knoweth and understandeth all things, and she shall lead me soberly in my doings, and preserve me in her power. And say what? Wisdom shall keep thee. See? It says, for she knoweth and understandeth all things, and she shall lead me soberly in my doings, and preserve me in her power. Right, man? Because wisdom will lead you soberly in your doings. Meaning what? What, man? Meaning wisdom will always be in your thoughts. All right? You will think before you do something stupid. All right? You will what? You will walk in the spirit. She shall, it says, it's concept, so shall my works be acceptable, and then I shall judge thy people righteously, be worthy to sit in my father's seat. Let's see. Say what? Being allied unto wisdom. Hold on. Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 17. Yep. Wisdom of Solomon 16, Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 16 to 17. It says, after I am coming to mine house, I will repose myself with her. And it says, for her conversation hath no bitterness, and to live with her hath no sorrow, but mirth and joy. Now, when I consider these things in myself and ponder them in my heart, how that to be allied unto wisdom is immortality. Right, man? All right, Jake, man. So the wisdom, knowledge, and the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures are the true riches, man. We have the eternal riches of the kingdom. That's this truth, man. That's the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures, man. That's this truth. Right, man? And so this truth is going to lead us all the way to immortality, man. This truth is going to lead us all the way to immortality, man. It's going to lead us all the way to rulership, to eternal rulership. Right? And eternal what, man? Dominion. All right. So with that, I say shalom.